stretch and flow. So if you want a mat, you can grab one. But if not, let's start with palms facing forward, feet about a fist apart. And you're just letting your shoulders drop back, the crown of your head coming up towards the sky a little bit more. It's going to be a little hard to see my legs, I notice. But that's all right. You can follow along, I'm sure. So let's take a few deep breaths here. If the nose is available, I want you to use it. Establish a good connection with your feet. Feel your legs get stronger. Feel your abdomen slightly tighten. Lifting your chest slightly, letting your shoulders fall into their pockets, and let the head reach up towards the ceiling. One more deep breath. Let's bring the arms behind, and maybe just reach with your fingers, or maybe you're able to connect your fingers, reaching the chest out a little bit more. Take 2 deep breaths here. Then hands come to the waist, and you're just going to make a circle. And you can make this as big or small as you want. Just loosening up the back, the hips. When we go the opposite direction, at your own pace. Notice your breathing here. Bring it into the center. We're going to stand on that right leg, bring the left leg up in front of you if you can, and we're going to make a square with the ankle, or the toes, I should say. Now if you're able to, I want you to make a triangle, oh boy, with your finger. And then we'll bring that leg in front and cross it over if you haven't had a hip surgery, and just come over that leg. Get a nice stretch in that hamstring. And maybe your head comes all the way down, maybe it doesn't. Just take care of yourself, whatever feels good for you. And then gently come all the way up. Switch to the other side, so bringing that other leg forward and just doing a square with the toes if you can. Might look like a circle or an oval. And then if you can do a triangle with your finger. Ooh. And then bring it all the way across. Deep inhale. Get tall and then lengthen over the leg. You're pressing your hips back. One more deep breath. Slowly roll up. Only when I'm doing a video, right? Bring the arms all the way up. Interlace the fingers, press them all the way to the sky. Push the thumbs up a little higher. Take a deep breath in. Exhale over to the right. Inhale to the center. Exhale over to the left. Bring it to the center. Bring the arms behind the head. Just reach out with the elbows. Now as you're doing this, I want you to zip up your pelvic floor. Zip it up. And then release it. Zip it up. And then release it. One more time. Zip it up. Release it. Now let the arms just come down by your side. They can circle the wrists as you're just pedaling the feet. And you can make this as smooth or as creepy as possible. And then we'll go the opposite direction with the wrists. However you want to work those ankles and those hips. Then we're gonna get wide. If you have a mat, you're going about the width of a mat. Feet are gonna face forward and then slightly turn them in and come over the legs. Slightly bend the knees, slowly come all the way up. Take the shoulders to the ears, big circles. And then turn your feet forward as you're doing your circles, so they're parallel to each other. And then we're just gonna lean over to the left, pushing the hips back so you can wiggle the toes. Maybe you extend the arm all the way down, maybe you don't. You might be able to open up to the side or even tuck this behind. Take a deep breath there. Release it. Switch to the other side, so pressing the hips back, opening up. It might just be hands on the thigh. You might have the hands all the way down. And then if you like to, you can open. And maybe tuck the arm. And then release. Come to the center, slowly roll up. We're gonna bring the right leg back. So you're in a lunge position, and I want you to bend the knee. Oh boy, can you even see that? My knee's here. And squeeze the glutes so you get a little stretch here. And then I want you to slowly start to straighten that leg without changing the pelvis. Take 2 deep breaths. Chest a little higher, thoughts a little higher. And then press that heel all the way down and bring the arm all the way up if you can. So you're just stretching through the whole body and pressing that heel down. Try to lift the back toes, just gonna stretch through the calf. And then we'll take a big circle with the arm. And if you can, look at the fingertips. We'll release, step all the way up. Other side drops back. So we're in a crescent lunge. We start to bend the knee. So you're at almost a 90 here. Kind of tuck the tail and keep this length right here, and then start to straighten the knee a little bit while you're squeezing your bottom. Lift up a little taller. Feel that hip flexor stretch. And then dropping that heel back. So you're gonna stretch through the calf, and then if you can bring the arm all the way up. Stretch through those fingertips as much as you can. You're supported, you're squeezing in the abdominals and the pelvic floor. And then if you can, do a nice circle, maybe look at the fingertips if it's available to you. Last one. Come into a standing posture. Take a few deep breaths here. Maybe place a hand on your chest and one on the belly, and I want the one on the belly to move more than the one on the chest. And I want you to feel your scalp just relax. The top of your head just starts to feel like it's dissolving. And then let that feeling cascade down your neck, into your shoulders. Your shoulders get a little heavier, a little warmer. You start to notice the rib cage. It doesn't have as hard a time breathing and expanding. Let that feeling cascade down to your lower back. Your lower back is nice and loose, warm, feels great. Moving down to your glutes and your thighs. Just noticing how they start to relax and widen just slightly. Notice the back of the knees are soft. The calves feel lengthened. all the way down to your toes. They just start to relax and take up more room in your shoes or on the floor. Take one more deep breath here. And release. Thank you so much for coming today. And maybe that last part was really good for you. The power of suggestion sometimes works if you just kind of talk yourself into being more relaxed. So have a wonderful day, and I will hope to see you tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe.